Welcome to Kutch time. Today is February 9th, 2026, and the Detroit Pistons just beat the Charlotte Hornets 110 to 104, moving to 39 and 13 on the NBA season. The Pistons stops the Hornets' hopes of getting a double-digit win streak for the first time in multiple decades. It was an electric game. There was a huge brawl in the third quarter featuring a lot of the guys on the court. Four players were ejected: Isaiah Stewart and Jalen Duren for the Pistons, and Musa Diabate and Miles Bridges for the Hornets. The Hornets coach, Charles Lee, was even ejected later on in the fourth quarter. Despite all of that, the Pistons were still able to get the win. Obviously, good tonight. Cade Cunningham, the all-star, the all-NBA player he is. Who's LaMelo Ball? No one. 33 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. He's showing why he's one of the best players in the league. He's showing why he is the best guard in the East. And so what, his efficiency maybe isn't the best all the time. Whatever. He puts up the stats. And it's not even the stat. His passing is insane. His IQ is insane. His defense is really good. His defense for a star is one of the best. Most stars in this league don't play defense. LaMelo Ball. I mean, there's a reason this guy is so loved by teammates and so respected around the league, because Cade Cunningham is that guy on both sides of the court. I mean, Cade was dominant inside. Yes, his shooting was not the best, but his mini was hitting, especially that first half. And man, he looked unstoppable. He was making some tough buckets there. Hey, he's gonna be here for a while. He's gonna be around for a while, and Melo Ball, Melo Ball's got some deficiencies on that defensive end that Cade don't got. I'm gonna stick it right there. But Cade, easily the best best guard in the East. I don't think it's debatable anymore. And man, it just feels so good to beat the Hornets. Cause Cade, there's been Pistons and Hornets always get a little chippy. Always feels like there's a little bit more edge on that game. Duncan Robinson, 18 points, even a dunk. In the first half, he had a fast break, and he almost got the dunk. He almost did, but he messed up the jump a little bit. Second half, he got redemption, and he got that dunk down. He got that dunk down nice. It was just a river. But hey, it wasn't the last time you see Duncan Robinson dunk in the game. I don't know how many career dunks he has. It's not a lot. Jalen Duren, in the amount of time he played, which wasn't the full game, still had 15 points, 5 rebounds. Was having a very nice third quarter until he got ejected, but he got ejected, so didn't get to see the full game. Easily could have finished with 20 points, if not more, because he was feasting in that game, especially that third quarter. Man, he had 7 points in that third quarter. He was cooking, but he actually would have had free throws. He would have potentially had 17 points, but guys had some different plans. Paul Reed, he's the guy who had to step up. Stewart's ejected. Jalen Duren's ejected. Tulu Smith, the G League center, is in the G League. So Paul Reed was the only center left in the lineup to be available to play, and guess what? He did. He showed up. He had 12 points. He had 2 blocks. He had 2 steals. He even made a three-pointer, man. He had a very nice game. In his minute, I think he had to play 18 minutes, which was just about the whole game left. Only rested a very little bit because Pistons needed him. They had no other guy to play at center. You're gonna play at center, Tobias Harris. That's a mismatch nightmare if you want it to happen. Especially if Ryan Kalkbrenner's just a giant on the Hornets. But Paul Reed really stepped up. I mean, I heard Steve Kukahill say it if you follow him, but Paul Reed probably the best third string setter in the league. I don't know how many. I don't know if I can name off the top of my head many third string setters in the current NBA. Um, I don't even know. I'm not gonna lie. I actually think the Hornets is Tillman. It's Tillman now. He's an MSU grad, so I know that one. But Paul Reed's better than Tillman in the league. So Paul Reed's one of the best guys, one of those best bench warming bigs at the team. He could easily be back up on many teams, I would say. Um, but luckily the Pistons got him, and they don't need him. But whenever he needs him, he's well rested, and he shows that because he always seems to put in work when he's in. I never see Paul Reed have a bad game per se. So a big reason we got that win was Paul Reed stepping into that role because he needed to. Some bad. The shooting was bad tonight, like it usually is at the Pistons. That's how the Pistons play. 5 of 25 from 3 is terrible. 20% on 25 shots. Tobias Harris went 1 for 4. I think Duncan went 1 for 3. K went 2 for 6. Javonte Green went 0 for 4. He was pulling tonight, too. He was pulling some ones he doesn't usually pull in. There's a reason he doesn't. He was missing them, and he missed all 4 shots. It's not the best. Karis LeVert, Danis, Kevin Herter, 0 for 2. Kevin, I don't think he's made a 3 yet. Not the best, but the rest of his game has actually looked pretty good. His finishings look good. His passes looks good. His defense has actually looked better than I ever thought it was. But just shooting his jumper from the 3-point line, not the greatest. Isaiah Stewart also missed his only one. He only played 11 minutes, so could have made more, or could have attempted more at least. The biggest bad part is there are going to be some suspensions for this game. Jalen Duren will probably at least be suspended next game. Just because he threw a punch, and usually when you throw a punch, you at least get one. That's really all he did, though. So I don't expect too much. I expect him to be back right after All-Star break, which he is participating in. Stewart, though, he's probably looking at a few games. Probably that 3 to 5 range. He's a repeat offender. He came off the bench. He threw multiple punches. And they connected, man. Miles Bridges was hurting. That's the whole thing about the fight, though. Like, Miles Bridges is MSU guy, and I obviously love MSU guys. But Miles Bridges is like the one guy I don't truly appreciate just because of his the off-court antics that happened. I can never really look at him the same. But he came up in Jalen Duren. Like, it was Musa Diabate and Jalen Duren. Those two were going at it. Then Miles Bridges comes out of nowhere, tries to kind of blindside Jalen Duren. Stu's not going to have that. And rightfully so. I don't blame Stu for getting off the bench. Someone's got to protect JD, and that Stu's obviously going to do it. He's the dog of the team. And Miles Bridges paid that price. And Stu's going to pay that price too. But I'll never be mad at someone standing up for a teammate. I'll never do that because that's what they should do. That's what they should do. And Stu did that. Stu's always going to do that. But unfortunately, both of them will be out. Jalen Duren will definitely be out one game, and Stu will definitely be out a couple games. So Tulu Smith will probably get called up just to be a backup center, and Paul Reed to get that start because there's no other center on the roster. And Tulu Smith still has games. He's on that 2-way contract, and he is well below that 50-mark line for active call-ups. He's been assigned to the G League most of the time. I mean, I think he had to play earlier in the season. I don't think we might have won that game, but hopefully he's ready to play because he's going to be playing. Next game is Wednesday, last game before All-Star break. It's at the Raptors at Toronto. Toronto's been good. Toronto's had a bounce back season. They've been mediocre, honestly, but it's not going to be an easy game, especially without Stu and Duren most likely. So some other guys will need to step up. Paul Reed will need to step up again. Tulu Smith in those backup minutes will have to step up. Hopefully Ron can be back. He was out for personal reasons today. So hopefully we can win that, but that one's going to be a lot tougher without the big guys that we always depend on. But hopefully we can win that. Thank you.